Hey y'all, and welcome to the Sprinkle Factory YouTube channel where we cover everything culinary. This is Chef Sprinkle here, and of course, I am back with another recipe. Make sure you guys subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you can be a member of our Sprinkle family too. Today, we are going to be making peach cobbler cheesecake. Before we get right into it, make sure you guys watch until the end of the video because I will be announcing the contest winner from the last video. The first thing that we are going to get going, you guys, is going to be the crust for the cheesecake. As always, all of the ingredients will be listed at the bottom of the screen. So we're going to make sure we put in our just a sprinkle honey butter cinnamon roll sweet seasoning. We're going to put that into 2.5 cups of graham crackers, and we're going to add in a whole stick of melted butter. Make sure you guys work this in and mix it around. I did start with a spoon, but honestly the best way to mix anything is with your hands. Just make sure you have gloves. So we're going to get in there, we're going to work the butter into the crumbs, make sure everything is nice and moist. And the way to tell that you have the correct balance of moisture and graham cracker crumb is if you squeeze it and it stays together like this, it's totally ready. The next thing I'm going to do, you guys, I have an 8-inch springform pan. Make sure you use a springform pan with a cheesecake because it is super simple to remove it from the pan. I'm just going to give it a nice spray of security with the Baker's Joy, which is just the oil as well as the flour to make sure everything does not stick. And we are going to put our graham cracker crumbs in there and press them down. It's totally up to you how thick or thin you guys want your crust. We are going to press the crumb in, press it in pretty tight, you guys. We are going to make sure that we put this in the oven and we're going to bake it for a few minutes. The trick to baking the graham cracker crumbs is if you smell it, it is ready. So we're just going to go ahead and tightly cover the outside of the pan with the foil. You guys have seen this before. We're going to do a water bath, and I did just sprinkle a little just a sprinkle sweet seasoning on top for no other reason other than I love it. So let me walk you guys through the actual cheesecake. We have 2 pounds of cream cheese. So if you're buying those little cream cheese bars, it's going to be 4 bars of the 8-ounce cream cheese. We're going to add in our eggs. It's very important to add them in one at a time, mix them through, and then proceed. And then we are going to go ahead and add in our vanilla. Of course, we're going to add in more of our Just a Sprinkle honey butter cinnamon roll. You guys can find that on the website. The link is in the description. And we did add in a little bit of cornstarch. And the reason why we're adding cornstarch is because we're going to add peaches and we don't want a wet cheesecake. We're going to finish it off with some sour cream, you guys. It was a 1/2 cup of sour cream, and the cheesecake batter is done. Now we are going to go ahead and cook up our peaches. I have a can of peaches because I love the actual peach juice. It helps with the sauce. And I have a pound of frozen peaches. We're going to go ahead and get the brown sugar working in there, sweeten them up, and it's also going to make a nice syrup for them. We are going to season the peaches up with our honey butter cinnamon roll seasoning. The seasoning is really complex, and literally everything you need to season peaches is already in it for you. We're going to thicken it up by adding a teaspoon of cornstarch and a teaspoon of water. This culinary term is called a slurry. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring it up to a boil. Just understand that whenever you're thickening a gravy or a sauce or something like this, it's not at its full thickness until it actually boils. So allow it to boil. It doesn't have to boil that long. I took some of the peaches out of the syrup and I let it cool a little bit before adding it into our peach cobbler cheesecake batter. However, I did want to make sure I had some peaches inside of the cheesecake, so when you cut it, you get those nice chunks, and it also looks super cool. So once the crust is out of the oven and we baked it for about 5 minutes, you guys, we are going to go ahead and add in our peach cobbler cheesecake batter. Once you get everything smooth, we are going to take some hot water and we're going to actually pour it in the pan with the cheesecake. So this way we're going to bake it, be able to bake it in a water bath. Because cheesecakes take so long to bake, it literally is going to take like an hour and a half. You don't want the bottom or the edges to burn. So what the water bath does is it just literally makes sure the cheesecake bakes nice and even, and you don't have any harsh areas. So we're going to bake it at 325 degrees for an hour and a half. And just like that, we are done. Garnish your plate with fresh whipped cream, some extra peaches, and some Nutella wafer cookies for a good crunch. But as always, you guys, I cannot let you go without slowing it down with a slow-mo. Just like that, y'all. Super simple. I love y'all as always. Thank you for watching. As my grandma would say, this dish is definitely finger licking time. I do want to make sure that I announce the contest winner from the last video, and it is going to be Simone Gary. Simone, make sure you send me a DM on Instagram so we can go back and forth with your address so I can ship your all-purpose seasoning right to you. I'm going to insert the Instagram page in now, so I definitely look forward to hearing from you. Thank you to everyone who participated. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. As always, I'll see y'all next time.